Shalom. First, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, from whom I learned this truth. And shalom to the 144,000 elect. I am Mayakala. And I have a short video that I want to play. It's about 18 minutes long, but I'm not going to play all of it. It's just a few points that I wanted to make on it. I'm going to bring out a few verses. And I will be playing this video not for monetary purposes. This channel is not monetized, so there's not for monetary gain or of any type. So I will be using this under the 1976 Fair Use Act. So fair use. All right, like I said, this is just for edification purposes only. And I'm gonna let it play.
I know you want my attention and everybody else's attention. So I'm gonna give it to you. And I'm gonna give it to you straight. You said, I have a question. What does white women see in black men to marry them? It's nasty if you ask me. I'm gonna say this to you, okay? And you can go look it up wherever you want to, okay? God made Adam and Eve, right? The Bible said a man was made for a woman and a woman was made for a man. Color never entered the picture. So a black man is made in God's image. So if a black man is nasty for a white woman to marry, are you calling my God nasty? Because a black man is...
All right. You heard what she said. She said it. I'm going to go to Genesis. Chapter 1. And I'm going to start at verse 26. It says, And the Most High said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he him. Male and female created he them. So it came right out of her mouth. So she's probably read her Bible a time or two before. And she's absolutely correct. So that's the image that that you see when you look upon the Israelite man. All right, you seeing the man that was created in the Most High's image. All right, so I'm gonna let this play.
Made in the image of my God. That's the first part. The second part is this: a man is a man. I don't give a damn what color he is. And if you think I'm lying, go check out H.C. Carter. He's on here. Ain't nothing nasty about that man. Finer than a motherfucker. What's nasty about him? Any white woman... Hold on, let me say this. Mr. Carter is married, but I'm just use him for an example because he's the first one who came to my mind. Any white woman would be honored to marry that man.
I want to know why we like y'all's black men? Because they not y'all's black men. You don't know shit. Way back in the day, since we gotta go way back there, how we were separated, and there's some still sneaky stuff going on, right? But as things evolved, got better, we started to mingle together, and that made a lot of us white and black folk happy. It did. And then we got to mingle together even more, and I think that the black man and the white woman just liked each other. I just think they liked each other. And you're mad about it?
Man, let us know what y'all think about this. Leave a comment down below. One of the biggest advantages the snow bunnies have on our women is snow bunnies will find a dusty brother and see his skill, his talent, you feel me? Yeah. Invest in him in college. And by the time he become a multi-millionaire at 35, she been with him the whole walk. You see that? A lot of sisters are not going to do that. They're not going to find a dusty brother in his senior year or dusty brother in the community. But you see, he got this business idea. She like, nah, come back and see me when it's up and running. I don't think this ever going to happen. Soon when you waved him off, this.
All right, now I don't listen to this brother, but some of what he's saying is absolutely true. Because a lot of times when the so-called black woman is out in the work world, you know, she's been with the brother the whole time. He helped her get through school, and then she might come out of school and land that job, that six-figure job, and she feels like, well, he's not really on my level, you know. So things can go kind of awry at that point, all right, because they feel like you didn't do anything to help yourself while she was going through school, while you were helping her get through school, or at least helping her to study to get through school. So they're not always patient. They're quick to go and take off soon as they feel like things are working out in their favor. All right, and there's nothing wrong with the woman. I mean, she really should be at home. But if you're not in that position where your wife is able to stay at home and rear the children like she's supposed to, take care of the household, she might have to go out into the work world. I'm gonna read Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10 says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart," meaning the mind, "of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that she shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar." Now that's the woman taking care of the household, doing what's necessary to take care of the household. Verse 15 says, "She rises also while it is yet night, and giveth meat her household, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard." Meaning she go out and do work, do work in the field. She may even go out and work in a job. "She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengtheneth her arms. She perceiveth that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out by night. She layeth her hands to the spindle, and her hands hold the distaff." So even if she does go out into the work world, they don't realize, all right, because you may even earn a little bit more. But the man is still the head of the household. He's the head of the wife. It's the natural order of things, and we're going to go to that. You know what? I'm going to go to it right now before I even let any more of that play. 1 Corinthians. Salakia. Chapter 11, verse 3 says, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is the Mashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Mashiach is the Most High." So that's the natural order of things right there. So it doesn't matter how much money she may go out and earn. If she happened to out earn her husband. He's still the head. He's still the one that is the head of the household. All right, so I'm gonna let this continue to play. I'm just gonna let a little bit more of it play. We're not going through the whole 18 minutes.
Snow Bunny got him. The Snow Bunny invested in him. You feel me?
I got
10
it.
years later, the same brother see you trying to holler. He got the white girl. Now you dissing him. You saying they all want white girls. Nah, he came to you. You said you want a ready-made black man. You don't want a work in progress. And I'm telling black women, y'all better start going for some of these works in progress instead of waiting for us to finish the job, because you losing to the Snow Bunny when you tell us to wait until we got the bag.
Okay, chest is the hardest muscle to build. What do you do? Bench press, cable flies?
I don't bench.
Seriously, a chest like that doesn't just happen. What's your secret?
No gym. I'm 46. I don't train like a...
Till we got the bag.
What kind of man are you looking for in America?
Black.
Why do you like a black man versus a Turkish man?
Because the black men are so masculine, so gentlemen. I'm not dating with Turkish guys.
Why not?
I don't like dating with them. No, I'm waiting with American guys.
Why do you want an American guy, not a Turkish guy?
They are so masculine. I
Really?
don't like Turkish men. They are so jealous. They can accept me who I am. They are not my type.
So let me ask you this. A girl that's watching this, she wants to get a black man. What can you do to get a black man?
They love curly girls. Curly, yeah.
Listen, I don't know if everybody feels like...
And what I wanted to say on that was that even if, who knows, she could be an Israelite, but she kind of appears to be one of the heathen women. But these are still, if Israelite man plants seed, puts seed inside of a heathen woman, and produces a child, that child is an Israelite. All right, and we're entering. Actually, we're already at the beginnings of Jacob's trouble. All right, and so some of you so-called black women who want to be so picky, who don't want to recognize that the Israelite man can have more than one woman. I mean, even if he were to take on one of these heathen women, of course that would be a lesser wife, but still he can take on any of these women, and he's going to have his pick, especially when we get to full-fledged into Jacob's trouble. All right, you don't know how many men are going to be flocking to the men of the Lord, the Israelite man. All right, and specifically the elect Israelite man. I'm going to go over to Isaiah. And I've read this before, but I'm going to bring it out again. Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. And it says, and in that day, meaning when we're full-fledged into Jacob's trouble, says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So in that day, you're going to be looking, all right? You're going to be looking to be attached, all right, to be attached to an Israelite man, a man of the Lord, because all hell is going to break loose. You're going to need protection. You're going to need a covering. You're going to need someone who will be able to bring you through. I mean, ultimately, it's the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's choice, and he determines who the men of the Lord are, who his elite are, but he already knows who his elite men are. And you're going to be looking for the men of the Lord in that time. All right? But I'm going to let this continue to play.
But as a dark-skinned dude, I be surprised by certain people that find me attractive. For whatever reason, I always look at my aesthetics and feel like I can only be attractive to a certain type of person. A middle-aged British blonde white woman just called me attractive at the gas station. She was like, you're absolutely gorgeous. I was like, huh? you're gorgeous, you're absolutely stunning. I was like, oh, thank you. She got out of her car to say this. She was in her car. She got out of her car to say this. And at the same time, I'm like, you think I'm gorgeous? Like, you find me attractive?
See, he's surprised. I mean, you notice that long ass hair he's got, but I'm not even going to talk about that. But see, he doesn't know what his what his self-worth is. All right, he's been brain dirtied by this Western world of what that image of what beauty is. All right, I'm gonna read. Where am I going? I'm gonna go to the Song of Solomon, and this is King Solomon speaking. And he's an Israelite man, all right? Melanated man. And if you can receive it, this is Yahweh Shai, all right? And it says, chapter 1, verse 5, it says, I am black, but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. All right, and I'm gonna see what this word comely is, and I'm looking in the Blue Letter Bible. And it says comely is H5000. And it says under the biblical usage, it says comely, beautiful, seemly, comely, beautiful, suitable, or under the Strong's definition, it says suitable or beautiful, becometh, comely, or seemly. So it says he's black and he's beautiful, all right? That's coming straight from King Solomon, a man who knows his worth, all right? I'm gonna let this continue to play.
I would think you would find the Brad Pitts and the Ben Afflecks. Those are the ones I think you'd find gorgeous. Or if you did find a black guy gorgeous, then he would look like Shamar.
Salakia.
When they find me attractive knowing I don't fit the European standard of beauty, it's weird. Because I check off all the boxes that's not standard beauty. All the things that they told me to hate growing up, I check off all those boxes. Big nose, big lips, nappy hair, big forehead, dark skin. That's why it's weird. I'm probably still just holding on to the insecurities of all the things that they told me to hate as a kid. So now when you hear it growing up and people are like admiring it, it's like, what? My little sister used to say the same shit, like, oh my God, it's so weird when white guys or like Hispanic guys find me attractive. And I guess this just means that we're finally breaking into this realm where regardless of the European standard, we're just accepting attraction as attractive being attractive. But I don't know, it's just a random thought. Maybe it's just me.
What features do you like in a guy?
Black guys.
What is that?
Black, you know.
Like black guys? You like black guys? Interesting. You like what you like, it's okay, you know? Awesome.
Is there a lot of that here, though?
Yeah, is there a lot of that here? Yeah?
There's many.
There's many. Okay.
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, I haven't seen any either.
Like two black guys.
Yeah. Let me ask you, what do you think about Latino men? Or like men from like Latin America?
Some of them.
Why some of them?
Because some of them is like weird.
Some are weird. In what sense are they weird, you would say?
Like, it's hard to explain, but like, you know they're weird. Weird.
Yeah.
You can see it on them.
Okay. How old are you?
15.
God, what the
Salaki. See, she doesn't even realize that the Latino man is her brother.
How old are you?
Israelites.
15.
God, what the is this?
I said on Facebook that there's a difference between white women who only deal with black men and a white woman who just so happened to end up with a black man. And I'm pretty sure y'all can tell the difference because a white woman who deals with only black men, they have a certain look to them. Like, they look all a certain way versus a white woman who just so happened to fall in love with a black man. She still has her whiteness. You can still see that's a white woman right there. That is a white woman. But them white girls who think they black because they mess with black men, oh no, it's trouble. Stay away from them ones.
So is your personal preference black men?
Yes.
Why? I'm curious.
Back when, many years ago, when schools didn't even allow whites and blacks to be in the same school, then father says, don't you get interested? And it's like, really? That's when I got interested because they say don't. Secretly, I was this innocent little girl that said, F you. I'm going to do what I want to do in life.
On behalf of all black men, we thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Very, very, very attracted to black men. I feel like they're just so exotic looking, and I also like the upbringing because we have very similar upbringing.
Black people in America and Russians have similar upbringing.
Very strict.
What does this mean? What does strict mean?
Like, you have to respect your elders. There's like, if you have food on the plate, you have to finish the plate. Family values. It's like very similar. So a lot of times, and I can have a very deep and spiritual conversation with a black person. I can count on my hand how many times I had a deep and spiritual conversation with a white person in America. You would be surprised. That's why when I moved to Atlanta, I was like, oh my God.
So who knows? Especially from her, with her being from Russia, you never know. This could be an Israelite woman. All right, she's said that connection that she feels with the so-called black man is a spiritual one. All right, but I'm gonna let us continue to play.
I feel like I'm home now. Because it's like a lot of times it'd be like, oh my God, girl, no, I just can't. It's like, bro, speak words. I don't. What are you doing?
What does this mean?
Or it'd be so, if you say something, I haven't seen my family in 10 years. They'd be like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I'm not asking for you sorry.
Yeah, we're just talking.
We're just having a conversation.
Yeah.
And this whole thing of like this white American notion of saying I'm sorry about everything. It's like, why are you sorry? I didn't ask you for that. I'm not begging you for sorry.
Yeah.
I'm actually sharing my thoughts. And I'm expecting you to share your thoughts back.
Yeah.
There's endless reasons why I have been exclusively dating black men.
All right, you have to really pay attention to what she's saying.
For well over a decade at this point, and why I am married to a black king now, because the energy...
She calls him a black king.
...that black men give is just pure confidence. Pure, love and sense of self. The black men that I've been so privileged to be around, learn from, to serve, they know their power. They know their talent. They know...
And notice she said to serve. All right? You can't get Eve to use that word.
That nobody else could be them. They know that everybody, that there's just this reverence for them, and that Stale Pale Man...
Reverence. See? She understands. You have a difficulty even getting the so-called black woman when they go and stand up and take those vows that they take in the church. You got a problem with her. She's got a problem with even saying obey, honor, and obey. She's got a problem even saying those words. But if you listen to this woman, and who knows, this could be an Israelite woman, she says reverence, to serve her man. That's what she wants to do. But I'm going to get ready to wrap this up. I'm just going to let just a little bit more of this play because I want to finish hearing what she's got to say.
Have certainly an inferiority complex about it, but that women just naturally gravitate to it. It's a natural dominance, a natural, powerful masculinity. They never have to overcompensate. And I feel like I knew in my soul that I loved black men before I could even articulate why, or what the reason was, what the pull was. Black men they deserve everything. They deserve everything they could ever want. They deserve love and loyalty and respect. And I just feel so at home in myself being honest about how much I love Black men, how much I think about Black men all the time, and just want them to be just like literally fucking worshipped for existing.
She said a whole lot there. But one thing I want to do, keep in mind, that you have to keep in perspective, that these Edomite women, where they appear to be Edomite women, some of them are, you know, I'm going to say a lot of them, when you see them getting with the Israelite man, you don't know what their intentions are, especially if they are truly Edomite women. All right, they're getting with them just to see what they can get, because you see a lot of them, especially with these entertainers, with these athletes, when they get with them, what happens a few years down the line, sometimes, and even a few months down the line, they end up divorcing them and taking half, if not more than half, of their earnings, the things that they've accumulated. All right, so really what they were, the only thing that they were after is what they could get. All right, and they just figured out that that was just a meal ticket for them to get exactly what they wanted out of them and be gone. So the last verse that I'm going to bring out, I'm going to go back into the book of Proverbs, chapter 5. Salakia. Proverbs chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, "For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil." And I want to see what this word strange is. I'm looking in the blue letter. And it is H2114. The word is Zor. And it says to be, under the biblical usage, it says to be strange, be a stranger. Most of the time when you see this word Zor for strange, it's talking about the heathen woman. All right. I mean, there's times that it can be used describing an Israelite foreigner, meaning one that hasn't grown up in the land, grown up in around other nations. But for the most part, when you see this word Zoor, it's talking about the heathen. All right, I'm gonna go. I even want to read it from the in the NLT. Proverbs chapter 5 verse 3 says, "For the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil." Verse 4, "But in the end she is as bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword." So even if you do get yourself involved in one of these heathen women that maybe appear to be an Edomite, and they talk to you and they reverence you or appear to reverence you, you still have to be careful. All right, because you don't know. All right, they can be so deceiving. All right, saying all the right things in order for them to get exactly what they want to get out of you. All right, so I just wanted to play just a little bit of that. I'm not going to play any more of it, and pray that this has been edifying to the listener. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakadash. Shalom.